Welcome to the Waffle Flower channel. It's Nicole here with It's in the Details, and I have got a clean and simple holiday card to share with you today. But there are some ways you can take a clean and simple card and really dress it up. I am using the homemade Christmas stamp set with the flower circles inverted large die to create my card here today. I'm going to start with this panel that's A2 sized, so it's 5.5 inches by 4.25 inches, and I'm going to position the large flower circle inverted die in the bottom right corner of my panel and then die cut that. This is going to create that open frame in that bottom right corner of the card. So I'm going to you can see that great little stitching detail or the little pierced detail all the way around. One of the great things about the waffle flower dies is that they have the great stitching or die detail on both sides. So then I'm going to die cut that same circle from a scrap of gray cardstock, and that's going to be my frame that's going to frame up my elegant greeting from the homemade Christmas stamp set. Next, I am going to use that dotted or pierced line on the panel, the front panel of the card, as my guide for stamping the cute little houses from the homemade Christmas stamp set. I love these little houses, and I think there's lots of fun ways to do this. Originally, I kind of thought I would do rainbow colors and do something else, but then I thought, it's the holiday season. I'd rather do a holiday themed card, but that's definitely a possibility. They look awesome in rainbow color. I chose 4 of the waffle flower die inks to use here. The red is called My Pleasure. The pink is Tickled Pink. The aqua, which is stunning, I love this, is New Fish in Pond. And then the beautiful gray color is Like a Pro. The names of these ink colors are so much fun. I just love them. And by using that circle shape as a guide, I'm simply just doing a repeating pattern all the way around. This is basically the embellishment or accent of my card. This is the fun, colorful factor. It is a very clean and simple card. I don't always do clean and simple, but when I do, I always try to find little ways to dress it up. So while this little row of houses here would be perfect as is, you can stamp your greeting, place this right on the card, and you're good to go. I'm going to show you a few little simple things you can do to dress it up. Once I have my whole row of houses all lined up here, and you want to make sure that when you go from side to side here, you stamp them off the edge. That really gives you that continuous line so that it doesn't appear that everything's just kind of floating in outer space. It grounds everything. I'm going to take the little heart from the homemade Christmas stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that with the red My Pleasure ink just from some of the chimneys. Not all of them, and I'm also going to mix up how many times I stamp it. So from one of the chimneys, it's 3 times. One of them just once, a couple of them maybe just a couple of times. Just kind of random all the way around. That's going to add some really fun interest to that whole row of houses. I'm going to stamp the greeting on the card base itself using that Like a Pro gray ink. I'm also going to make sure I've scored my card base really well. Then I'm simply going to flip over my panel and my frame, line those up, and one of my favorite things to do is instead of trying to put foam adhesive on the back of each individual piece, I'm actually going to secure them together with foam adhesive like this. And it's so easy to do. And I've already flipped it over. I'm going to make sure I cover that entire back panel so it's nice and secure. I want the whole panel to be nice and raised. But the subtle dimension that this adds to the card makes it slightly more interesting than adhering it flat to the card base itself. It gives that nice framed up illusion to the stamped greeting. I went ahead and left the frame. I only cut a portion of it when I die cut it, but I'm going to leave it like it is. And once it's on my card base, I will trim it up and trim any of that excess that overhangs the sides of the card. So just got some little pieces here of foam adhesive that I want to make sure that the whole thing is secured. I can peel off all the backing paper on that now. And then I'm going to take it to my card base and apply it, or adhere it rather. And that's going to frame up that really pretty, elegant "From Our Home to Yours" greeting. I think it's so pretty. I love the elegant calligraphy script. It's a really nice, beautiful greeting. Here, I'll take my scissors and just snip off any of that excess. And I've got my card basically done. At this point, I decided to go ahead and stamp an additional greeting on the inside of the card from the Homemade Christmas stamp set. That way it reads "From Our Home to Yours" on the front of the card, but on the inside it's going to read "Merry Christmas." I did go ahead and add an additional stamped heart. I couldn't quite decide where I wanted to put it. I put it underneath with that little teeny tiny heart, and then of course the red My Pleasure ink. For the Merry Christmas greeting, I'm using one of my favorite techniques where I take a single greeting and ink it up with two colors. This works really great when you have a greeting like this that's just two words. So the Merry is in the My Pleasure ink and Christmas is in the Like a Pro gray ink. I'm going to take the Wink of Stella clear glitter brush pen and add some glitter to the hearts coming out of the chimneys and also the heart underneath the greeting. And then I'm going to take a little Ranger multi-matte medium, create some little dots of this, and I'm going to adhere these little teeny tiny diamond gemstones all over the card. And that's just going to finish dressing up the design. Almost looks like little ice or water droplets. Perfect for a winter themed card, but with kind of a non-traditional Christmas color theme. I really love aqua and pink for Christmas themed cards, and I think they add a lot of interest. Sometimes I get tired of the same old red and green for holiday seasons, so I've been trying to share some ideas for non-traditional. I had the Santa tags here a couple weeks ago that were elegant gold and white instead of more traditional colors, things like that. I am using a quick stick tool to pick up my little gems and put them in the glue. It makes it so much easier so I don't get my fingers in the way and maybe, pick them up or spread the glue around. This quick stick tool is perfect for small little embellishments like that. And I'm just going to finish adding a few more little gemstones here and there. And then finally, I decided I wanted my title, or my greeting rather, to have a little hint of glitter. So I'm taking this Stardust glitter pen and just tracing over that beautiful calligraphy. Kind of using a nice light hand, but it's super easy to do. You can kind of see that it's glimmering or glittering here at this angle, but in real life when you hold the card, you can definitely see that nice little touch of glitter, and it just adds to the elegance and holiday feel of the card design. Thanks for joining me today for this clean and simple holiday card. For more product information, please visit waffleflower.com. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for more creative ideas. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.